Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is Champion Blue Dust here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Takara Tomy Gachapon Pokemon figures. For those who are unfamiliar with the Gachapon line, these are actually, these gacha balls where you kind of put in a few coins, turn the knob on the gacha machine and you get, a random ball. You can't really choose the Pokemon you get, so you kind of have to play the machine quite a bit, but eventually you do get really good Pokemon figures because the quality, we're just gonna take a look at this. But before we go into the quality, and let me tell you, these are some really good quality figures for the price you pay. And if you can see up the lineup, I'm just going to put up a lot of product shot of all the different lineups you have. They have very interesting figures, a lot of different Pokemons that don't really get the spotlight are kind of in here. And I'm so happy for Joltik because Joltik is actually one of my very first shinies ever. I got him during my Pokemon White playthrough, and he was my first shiny. I did only get 2 shinies in my Pokemon White playthrough. I did get a shiny Joltik and a shiny Litwick, so Joltik will always have a special place in my heart. Without further ado, let's take a look at the Pokemon's, the figures itself. Quickly gonna go through these gacha balls. Nothing too fancy. They're kind of like a Pokeball, but you probably wouldn't keep them. Not many people kind of keep them here. But let's take a look at Growlithe first. They do come in this really nice base, so you can kind of take him out. So Growlithe, the figurine itself is really nice because they try to mix up the pose, so you can't really find these figures in the Moncolia line. So it's interesting because that's good, because we do want, even when we get figures, we do want them in different poses so that our collection, our display looks much better. So I do like this very nice pose from Growlithe, and he of course comes in on the fire base. All of them have a very similar base, just the base, but of course the effect is different. I'm just going to remove the effects just so I can show you the base very quickly. So all of their bases are about the same, they're pretty much the same. This kind of very nice rock effect. I'm just gonna go over with the dry brush so that I can give more details for this. And of course we do have the very nice flame effect parts. If it just kind of focuses, all these really nice flame effect parts, very simply you just kind of slot them in here, and they just fit in very nicely. A good fit there, and then you just kind of put your Growlithe in there, and then voila, you have a full display. So this is very nicely done. I am looking forward to collecting the rest of the fire line. Actually, I'm looking forward to collecting most of them, so whichever Pokemon I get, I'm happy. Let's take a look at Joltik now. So Joltik, of course, not many people, they don't really market this Pokemon too much, but I'm a fan of this guy. I do like Galvantula. I actually included Galvantula in my Pokemon TCG deck, just because how much I love Joltik's shiny. It's just a special place. You always get your first shiny, and he's just instantly special. So very nice detail artwork over here. And for his stand, same thing, the base, nothing special, but he does come with these kind of lightning kind of effect parts, which are quite interesting. So and then we just put them back in, put him back in his base right there, set him aside. And now lastly, we're going to take a look at the water one. We also do have the grass, but I haven't gone about getting the grass, any of the grass figures yet, but I would do that really soon. For Totodile, okay, take a look at the Totodile figure. I do like the figure so much because of how cute it really captures the essence of Totodile. We all know Ash's Pokemon, Ash's Totodile is so goofy and full of character, and I feel like this is one of the best figures that captures that character. Even the Pokemon 120 scale world, I think it didn't really capture the character of Totodile, but this one certainly did. I do love this a lot. As for the effect part, it's interesting because it's blue fire. It's blue fire. It's very similar. It's about the same kind of effect you get with Growlithe. You see, they are the same mold, same exact mold. It's just that, this is blue. I would think they would make some splashing water effect, but nonetheless, I'm not complaining. I love this. I do really like this effect part, so I'm not complaining. I'm just very, puzzled by their choice there, but it's still a very cool effect part. Just to show you in scale with 120 figures, I'm just gonna quickly bring in my Umbreon here, because if you do see just very quickly, if you do see the product shot of Totodile here, if you get a 120 scale of Totodile, he does come in with Umbreon, and I would say they are very close. Like, they are very close to the 120 scale line. This Totodile is probably maybe just a bit, a bit off, but I think it's so close. So it's a very good substitute. for the 120 scale, like as we all know, as you know, whoever is subscribed to my channel, you do know that I try to put all my figures, compare them to the 120 scale. So I think that in comparison to the 120 scale, we put Umbreon is a 120 scale. Well, this is an official Bandai 120 scale, so I can use him for the scale. So you can see Growlithe is about yay big compared to Umbreon. And I'm just gonna very quickly bring in my Blastoise here. You can actually see how big Blastoise is compared to the rest of them. So yeah, would I recommend these figures? These figures are actually not that expensive. They are pretty hard to come by, so if you do have an opportunity, definitely pick them up. I think they work as very cool display pieces, and I would definitely recommend these figures. And I'm very excited to get more of these so that I can kind of put them together, then make a very nice cool battle showdown, something like that. So yeah, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, like the video, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Pokemon content in Champion Blue Dust page, where we do all things Pokemon.